This is a silly moustache. You all know me and my obsession with guitars with slotted headstocks. Well, today I'm just going to change some strings on a guitar with a flat head or a slab head headstock. And so I'm going to show you the tools that I use. This is my winder, which is a standard electric screwdriver with a Stumac attachment, which I use on my slotted headstock tuners as well. And I'm going to use a Planet Waves pincer and winder. I'm going to talk about that a bit in a moment as well. And a pair of pliers, a small pair of pliers, very important, and a ruler, and of course we can't do without a tuner. Okay, so now we're going to go to the bridge end, because I've seen some videos about how to remove bridge pins that I disapprove of. If you don't have one of my Planet Waves things, these sorts of winders are very cheap and easy to get, and they all have a little notch in the end, which are for removing pins. I'm going to use my Planet Waves one because it's what I'm used to. And I take a pin out and I put them all in a little container here so they don't roll off and disappear forever. Five and six. So I can put that out of the way now. I can get rid of my strings. Nervous silence while I wind them up. There we go. And now I'm going to use some old Martin SPs that I got off eBay. And just to save an awful lot of time, I'm going to do both of the E strings, which I've now lost. So I've taken them out, and I'm going to show you my method using, hopefully, the right string, which is my bass E. Right, this is where the pliers come in. First of all, look at the direction of the barrel and then bend the string in the direction of the barrel. So when you put that bent string into the pin slot, you put it in with the barrel going north-south up the strings. Press it in, pull it tight. Okay, now then, this is the other little peculiarity that I want to share with you. I don't do the knotting arrangement. I've investigated a lot, reconsidered it, but I really don't think it's useful. But I have worked out what the ideal length to cut my string is to get a sufficient 2 or 3 winders on the downside of the capstan. So where are my pincers again? Excuse me. Behind the camera is my beautiful young assistant, Mrs. Silly Moustache. And I know that on this one, on this I need 2 inches proud of the capstan. So I'm going to cut there. And here we go. First cut is the deepest. Now I'm going to get my pliers again, and I hope you can see this. I'm going to go in about 1/2 inch, 3/8 or a centimetre, and bend the string slightly over 90 degrees. Can you see that? Can you see that clearly? Okay, so I'm going to put that in the O, which I'm going to put at right angles to the guitar. Slide that in. I'm going to hold that and making sure I've got this going the right way round. Now I'm winding. First loop up, and then the second and third down. Just hand tight. You don't need to worry about the actual tuning at this point. There we go. Now I'm going to do the same with the top E, just as an example. The same arrangement again. So I'm going to, at the top of the double winding, I'm going to bend the string over in the same direction as the barrel is running. Another little pin won't do you any harm. There we go. Plug it in. Give it a good tug. Now, I know from previous scientific experiments that the distance I need on these ones is 4 inches. Why? Because they're thinner, and I want a fair bit of string to loop around the capstan. That's the capstan, by the way. Again, I'm going to bend the string about 3/8 or a centimetre, something like that, about 90 degrees. I'm going to put the hole at 90 degrees or east-west of the guitar and keep winding. First one up the top and the second one below the end. I'm holding the string tensioned but not tight. This is probably more string than you need, but you're not going to be able to use the string for anything else, so I can imagine. Answers on a postcard. There we go. And this is my method. I will do the same with all of them. For the bass E, I need 2 inches of excess. For the A, 2.5 inches. For the D, 3 inches. For the G, the B, and the top E, I use 4 inches. Now these aren't scientifically, they aren't accurate, but that gives me a nice little roll of 2 or 3 for all of them, because it kind of compensates for the gauge of the string. So that's what I do, and then when I've got all 6 strings on, I will stretch the strings, which some people may say isn't actually stretching, but you're seating the strings into the nut and the saddle by pulling them like this. You don't have to do that, but you get them seated in, and then you retune, stretch, retune. And so that is my method with slabhead guitars. I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions or comments, as usual, I always welcome them. So if you have been, thanks for watching.